Mike Tyson is one of the greatest fighters in boxing history.
3-pound weight advantage.
And in 1988, in his prime, looked completely undefeatable. With a record of 32-0 with 28 of those being knockouts, Tyson was taking the boxing world by storm, destroying everyone who would dare come in his way. And while it seemed like nobody could take him down, his next challenger was going to be his toughest opponent yet. This is Larry Holmes, the former heavyweight champion of the world and only man in history to defeat the great Muhammad Ali by stoppage. Larry stood 4 inches taller and 10 pounds heavier than Tyson and had been taken out of retirement for the new championship fight. Holmes was a monster of the sport, but this was Tyson in his prime, and neither fighter would go down without putting on a show. After putting their gloves on and going to opposite sides of the ring, the fight starts explosively, with Tyson instantly showing his lightning speed and power, launching himself at Holmes before forcing him onto the ropes.
Tyson quickly on top of Holmes, and he nails him right away. Larry ties him up.
Holmes stands considerably taller than Tyson, but from the first exchanges, he almost seems as though he's scared of Mike, and continues to stay passive and does his best to react to Tyson's bursts of punches, but it's clear, he already seems to be struggling to keep up.
Larry not on offense at all so far. He's been strictly a defensive fighter in this the first round, looking as though he's trying to survive this first round.
Tyson continues to advance as Holmes realizes he might not have the speed to outpace him, but he delivers some of the strongest jabs in history trying to make his way in. The pair continue to box around the ring, throwing feints and grappling with each other until they trade mean blows in their first really strong hits of the match.
Tyson just showing no fear of him. Larry finally goes on offense.
Holmes has been boxing for 20 years at this point and knows exactly how to suppress Tyson to stop him from throwing any major hits, and even manages to land a couple light blows on Tyson's face until Tyson responds with the heaviest hit of the match so far.
Joe Cortez, the third man in the ring, the referee. Not a flush blow landed thus far in the fight.
All of the confidence and strategy Holmes had made in his round was ripped away, and he stays as passive as he can until the end of the first round.
Larry finally goes on offense at the closing bell. It's Tyson's round.
As the next round starts, Tyson opens the fight very aggressively once again. With Holmes standing his ground, Tyson here seems to have endless reserves of energy as he repeatedly throws himself at Holmes, constantly trying to find openings and deliver his brutal knockouts. And it may be happening sooner than Tyson would think, as the next section of the fight is filled with grapples and light punches, the very environment in which Holmes shines. Majority of his wins up to this point consisted of accumulating punches and tiring the opponent out before the knockout, a method he's clearly trying to put into use here. The only question is, will he last long enough to take Tyson out? After what felt like hours of trading, Tyson finally lands a hard jab to Holmes' chin, just before seconds later landing the strongest hook of the match so far, nailing Holmes right before the bell.
Again, Tyson tries to put the pressure on Larry. Larry knows how to tie him up, and the bell ends round number 2.
Larry Holmes is in trouble here, as Tyson clearly has him dazed, and both fighters know it. Moving into round 4, Holmes knows he needed to fight differently if he wanted to win the match, changing his strategy back to how he fought in his younger years, now bouncing around and throwing jabs in a complete contrast to how he was fighting just minutes earlier. Pace of the fight immediately changes as Larry is finally using his longer reach to his advantage, keeping Tyson at bay and matching his energy in the fight.
The crowd loves to see this. Larry definitely a sentimental favorite. You see that head right in the face of Larry Holmes?
But unfortunately, even this doesn't look like it's saving him, as Tyson immediately presses him against the ropes and lands another heavy hook to the mouth as Holmes fails to push him away. Holmes is doing his best to keep up the fast movement and high energy, but Tyson has already switched to an iron defense to tire him out, dodging all his blows and only responding with brutality at times. Holmes leaves himself open. As the round progresses, Holmes starts to slow down, obviously tired out.
When Larry was up on his toes and sticking and moving with that left hand, that's the way to fight Mike Tyson, but a 38-year-old Larry Holmes cannot continue.
And Tyson takes the opportunity to land a devastating right hand that sends Holmes tumbling into the canvas. The crowd roars as they assume Tyson just claimed his most prestigious knockout yet.
Oh, a big right hand! and down goes the former champion.
But Holmes gets right back up, not allowing Tyson to win so easily. But in no time at all, Tyson immediately locks back on and sends him falling back to the floor with another big right hook. Holmes attempts to stand back up, but staggers back into the ropes. It's clear he wants to continue, but at this stage, it's already too late.
He's going to be able to continue. Tyson knows he has him in trouble. It's just a matter of time. Larry will not survive this round.
He finally regains his composure once more, and without hesitation, Tyson launches himself at the dazed man in the blue corner, landing hit after hit, sending Holmes tumbling backwards into the ropes. What follows is nothing but a brutal beatdown of the former heavyweight champion as Tyson brutally lands the final blow to drop Holmes to the canvas for the final time in his career. The fight ended after just 4 rounds after the referee awarded Tyson the win by technical knockout. After his loss to Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes never returned to the spotlight as heavyweight champion and retired from the sport later, knowing he would never regain the strength and power he once had.